Hey everyone, Chris here. Thanks for joining me on this Local 5 Weather Impact Forecast update here on We Are Iowa Plus. We are talking about storms incoming for Tuesday. I do have a weather impact alert day status in place for this 12 to 6 o'clock. I think damaging wind even still on a localized level, especially over southeastern Iowa. Stay weather aware and keep tabs on that Local 5 weather impact forecast as we continue on into Tuesday. At the time of this recording, we're watching some severe thunderstorms lining up from the Texas Panhandle up through Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, and up into Wyoming and Nebraska a touch. This is the system overall that will be headed our way, and that rain arrives as early as tonight here. I'd say 3 o'clock into central Iowa, and then continuing to overtake as it moves its way into the state. Air quality is still an issue. We're into that moderate range. That's the yellow category, and that means those with respiratory illnesses may feel the pinch when it comes to that smoke. Not too much here at the surface, but that may change as we go on into Tuesday. Behind the storms, there's some signal that those turbulent motions may help propel some of this smoke down to the surface. So it may be a little bit worse even for everyone not dealing with respiratory illnesses. You may feel some of this into Tuesday and Wednesday. 86, the time of this recording, you can see that haziness that is apparent out there on the horizon. So we're actually kicking a lot of that smoke to the east for now, but as we continue on into Tuesday behind these storms, you do see that some of that smoke is going to work its way down to the surface, even extended to Wednesday just a little bit. We'll be tracking the air quality for you as we go through both of those time frames. Temps into the upper 60s towards 90 degrees. We have some 90s on the map from Perry to Atlantic to Carroll. Upper 80s for the rest of us. And it's not too humid either. That muggy meter is showing some just barely noticeable levels, but it's not too extreme. Tonight, temperatures back through the 70s. I think we ultimately end up into the upper 60s before the night is through. Storms stay east overnight, at least the severe characteristics. You do see that level 1 start to wiggle its way into western Iowa. I think after 3 o'clock, we will start to get that activity into the Local 5 area, but it will be on the weakening trend. Timing just is not in our favor for us. We have a cold front moving through that's sparking this activity. It gets through the metro about midday, and that's not going to be ideal for kicking off showers and thunderstorms. That means further to the east, we'll have the better opportunity, and that's actually where I think we have a better chance to see a little pop of warmth, because we're going to need that warmth. And I just think in the in-between area that you see here, we just don't have that opportunity to see that big time warming as we go through the day. So storm threats, and again, this is more tailored to southeastern Iowa, 12 to 6 o'clock. I think localized areas of damaging wind will be possible, and a very minor opportunity for large hail or a spin-up tornado, but I don't hold high hopes for that activity. Here's Futurecast. And you see generally quiet until after 3 o'clock, those showers and storms working their way in here. I do think we're dealing with rain for the morning drive in the Des Moines metro, so heads up for that. A little bit of a nuisance, but nothing too extreme. You do see a little bit of a chance here for warming over southeastern Iowa, and that's what we're watching to help maybe reinvigorate this line. This is 1245, and you can see that cold front very clear as I run my arrow along it here, and then out ahead of it is where we have the best dynamics to get these storms to really pop up. And there will be some pulsing sections here, very limited window into the afternoon that we're tracking for storm potential, and then you see even by Futurecast expectations, it's out of here by 5 o'clock. Some lingering, loitering showers into Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning. Then a quiet Wednesday is foreseen. Amounts of rain trending to the 1/2 inch to 1.5 inch range. There's going to be streaky downpours out there. We will also have some that fall outside the bounds of that range. You see a couple of locations higher, a couple of locations lower, but we want to give a target here for everyone to shoot for, and I think that 1/2 inch to 1.5 inch range is what we're dealing with. Tonight, 68 is our call for the overnight low, and then 72. for your Tuesday. We'll have that soaking rain in here, rain and rumbles, and an isolated strong storm over southeastern Iowa. This is not going to be a big, bad, widespread, severe weather type of a day. It's just not. But we'll watch southeastern Iowa for a couple of spots that may see that wind get a little bit unruly on us. With the soaking rain in place, especially over the northwestern half of Iowa, temperatures are limited to the 60s. And I think Des Moines kind of right on that tipping point, either side of 70. For now, I'm going to keep it on the warm side, and then some mid-70s over southeastern Iowa. Here is the extended forecast. We'll see another chance for showers on Thursday, and then rain and rumbles possible on Sunday as we do wrap up the weekend. All right, I want to dive a little bit deeper into the forecast as it pertains to Tuesday afternoon. So what I'm going to show you is a few of the parameters here. This is the shear, which is being measured from the surface up through 6 kilometers high in the atmosphere. I look for numbers running about 40, 45 plus before I start getting too excited for severe weather. This is the shot at noon, and the best areas of shear are running behind the storms. That's not ideal. There are some pockets that are getting up to that 40 out ahead and kind of in transition on that line that is expected to develop. So this is pushing through 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and working its way out of the local 5 area. There will be a chance to warm up. Let me back things up. This is noon. So you see the instability that's building over southeastern Iowa. There is that chance that we get some of the energy to pop up there, but to the northwestern part of the state, it's going to be very limited. And you go into the morning, that's where I'm at right now. This is daybreak, and there's some limited amounts of energy, but it's not enough to produce any severe characteristics. There's the pop of warmth. We'll actually have a pop of some moisture as well. Those dew points getting up into the mid and upper 60s as we go through the afternoon over southeastern Iowa. So we do get a chance to get that little pop of energy in there. Let me go back to the severe characteristics. I want to show you the updraft helicity here. And what this is thunderstorm updrafts, measuring how strong they are and how much they're rotating. So rotating updrafts, that is the driver behind supercellular thunderstorms. So as we go into the early morning, there's a couple of strong storms over northwestern Iowa, says the HRRR. So we'll track that for you. That would be just before daybreak. But then here as we go into the afternoon, watch southeastern Iowa. There are a couple of spots that are seeing some of those rotating updrafts, and those are typically the strongest of the storms. So a very targeted, limited window for that activity, and I think damaging wind is what we're going to be watching out of this. We just don't have a ton of energy to send up super strong updrafts, but you see here, this would be a localized spot of wind that's getting up into that 60 to 65 mile per hour range. This would be over Mahaska County if this were to come to fruition exactly how it's seen, but it's one spot, it's not widespread. So that's what we're watching. Over southeastern Iowa is the possibility there for a couple of those spots to get on the severe side for us. So that's what I'm tracking. That's why we have a weather impact alert day in place, and I'll be watching it as we go into Tuesday afternoon. Thanks for joining me for this broadcast, everyone. I hope you have a chance to keep tabs of the forecast right here, catching that Local 5 weather impact forecast on We Are Iowa Plus. Take care, everyone. And thanks for joining me on this broadcast.